Foottrading.co.uk is now live and site areas are being rolled out all the time. Icons are live, fluctuations are live, chem styles are live, and you guys will make millions of coins. We've got guys in the Discord that are making tons of coins, selling them, making profit from using the site. Tournament areas are also about to go live for you guys to win competitive prizes. It's going to be absolutely awesome. You'll never need to buy FIFA points again, we guarantee it. So check out the site, but for now, let's get into the video. Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to a new video with me, Fuzzball40. Make sure you subscribe if you're new around here. If you can click the like button and comment, it makes a massive difference, and I always comment back to every comment I get on my videos. And check out Foot Trading. Everything I show you in these videos is either on the website or in the Discord. You will make millions, that is a promise. It's an amazing community to be a part of. It supports our content, and you get to basically never have to spend EA Sports points ever again, guaranteed. But we're going to talk today about live cards. So if you missed yesterday's video, we went over the content that comes out for UCL. And like I said yesterday, it can either come out on the Tuesday or it can come out on the Wednesday. It depends on how EA Sports want to fluctuate things and move things around. So that video is still very relevant for the content that is coming today. As a side note, I'll also be live on Twitch directly after this video. If you want to come and get involved in what I'm doing over there, the link will be down below in the comment section and in the description. So come and say hello. But with the UCL cards, we're going to talk about the live cards. I don't really ever touch those cards in terms of putting them in my team until they've moved on a little bit. I don't really like live cards in my team in general. What I have gone and done, for example, is do a couple of SBCs because for me, they are, I'll just show you my club, they're relatively low risk. They weren't that expensive to do, and I had the fodder in my club. So I've got the likes of Kudus done, and I did Coquelin because I think that's a fantastic card at this stage of the game. But I don't go and buy them because they are so volatile. And we're going to look at FootWiz to show you how volatile they are. But it's also going to show you how you can trade and make coins from that volatility. You can really do well. If you're willing to take little bits of risk here and there, you can make a lot of coins. However, owning those cards and trading with those cards, you can also make a big loss. So you need to think about how you trade with them and what you're going to do. So let's go over to FootWiz. I'll be right back. Right, I had to get the team up on Footbin because I can't find a way to do it on FootWiz at the moment. We know them really well and we work with them, and at the moment they've got so much going on, so they're doing a huge amount of work to improve things for you guys. But on Footbin, this is the team, and the one thing that stands out for me straight away is Bruno Fernandes's price. Now, I was watching the games live yesterday and tracking them, and obviously United went ahead, Arsenal went ahead, and it all went crazy from there. And then it all went wrong. So I want to show you a couple of players, okay? So we're going to talk first about Bonucci. So Union Berlin lost yesterday, and as you can see, his price was as high as 25k, and he has absolutely plummeted since then, okay? So if you had a Bonucci in your team, he's worth a hell of a lot less now. Reason being, the reason they got upgraded is 2 wins and qualifying for a knockout stage, okay? Obviously, if they lose, they've still got to go and get the 2 wins. And it also makes it less likely they'll qualify for the knockout stage. So someone like Bonucci has been hit very hard. But again, bear in mind that when it comes to his next game, he's now at a massive low, a huge low. So you've got a good chance to make some coins out of him if they do go and win. You know now that his price was about there when people thought, right, they've got a chance. Had they won last night, he might have risen. Bruno Fernandes. So this card, United went 1-0 up, okay? Now, as you see here, you see what is a small rise in this card, okay? To 600,000 coins. That is not how high he got. He got a lot higher than that. He got to 650, 660 on the market. Whenever you see prices on FootWiz, these are an average price of what that card was in that hour. Now, obviously in that hour, United scored and then Galatasaray scored. So his price fluctuated massively. He went miles up when United scored, and then plummeted back down again when Galatasaray scored. And he sort of held his price until Galatasaray won. And then he absolutely fell off the face of the earth. Basically, this card lost nearly a third of its value, which is absolutely insane when you think about it. And now if you also bought into him, as some people did, I'll just show you, this was as he was on his way down, but I still wanted to pick up and show you a few sales. I think he got a few on the transfer targets if we have a little look. The 627, 625, the 640 and 650 was as they conceded, basically. They plummeted. But if you got him at 627 yesterday and he's now 410, you've lost 200,000 coins on this one card. it is mental to me that people buy these cards when before they've even played a game. I'd rather pay the extra bit for them, knowing they're likely to get an upgrade, than to lose the coins on them. And then we can look at Bukayo Saka, okay? So 796k. Now this card is a fantastic card at this stage of the game. Him and Haaland, in my opinion, are two of the best sort of starter promo cards, and the first promo I think we've ever had. Absolutely ridiculous card. And again, he was 925, and then as you can see, around this time, Arsenal scored, and what happened was Lens scored very quickly, and so he got to a high of just over 1 million coins, and then obviously Arsenal lost the game and he plummeted. Okay. Now the important thing to note here is during the games, these cards will go up and down. Now, would I recommend you trade with Bruno Fernandes and Saka? Not really, no. This is more of a be careful because they're live. These are two cards that I wouldn't. But Bonucci, for example, if Union Berlin went 2-0 up in that game, he's almost certainly going to see a rise. And if you're live on the game at that moment, you can buy in. Now, what I personally would have done when it came to buying into this card is bought into him very, very early. And obviously you can see there was a bit of a rise. It's brought into him very early when those goals go in. Let's say they went 2 up or even 1 up. The risk is very low with a low rated card. And then I get out quickly. So let's say I bought a Bonucci at 24k and he gets to 28k. I would then get out. If I bought 10 of them, I'd get out at 28k. I wouldn't run the risk of waiting for the game to finish and him to rise. But you can do. As we can see with someone like Dries Mertens. So I don't know why it's bringing this up. Let's click off that. Let's just go to Mertens so I can show you him. Dries Mertens, plays Galatasaray. Obviously a massive win against United yesterday. And you can see he exploded. So he went from 31k to 40k. Gained nearly 10k. He then gradually came down as the hype around them winning died down. Because realistically, this card isn't really going to be in many people's teams because he's not really getting links. What this is people preempting that he's going to rise. So people that trade with these cards will go, right, Dries Mertens has won, he's about to bang, he's about to go up in price, I'm going to buy loads of him. Then what really happens is he gets to 40k and there isn't really a demand for this card because no one's linking him up. No one's really going to link up that many Super League players. So he then gradually comes down. So if you bought a 31, you try and get out at sort of the 38 mark. Because again, that's what? Over 5k profit per card. And they did that because an incredible win at United now means all they've got to do is win one more game and he's guaranteed an upgrade. Win basically two more games, and they probably qualify from the group. There's a very good chance of qualifying from the group. That is an insane card once that happens. So even people put on their bench, use it basically as a sub or whatever. But you have to bear in mind, he's dropped back down again now because he's not that good a link. So you get in, get him bought, and get out. That's always the way you do this. Machado. Now this is the one that interests me the most, okay? In this league, in Ligue 1, you've got Nuno Mendes, and he's incredibly expensive, okay? So if we look at Nuno Mendes here, he's incredibly expensive for what this card is, okay? So 15k for this card to me is wild. If you put this card into any other league, you put him into any other, like, whatever it is, and he doesn't have the PSG links, this card is not anywhere near that. We've got cards in other leagues that have these stats that are literally like 1k. Like, even some of them close to discard price. It's a very, very, very meh card. Now, he is the same price as Machado, who is rated higher and has just won. So he is a card that I'm going to be looking at strongly for Longe's next game. Now, that's down the road. But again, last night, he didn't really boom. Even after their win, he didn't really climb massively because a lot of people are going to find it hard to link him unless you're running Ligue 1, or his stats right now are good without being incredible, okay? But this card is so little risk now. So little risk. He's 12,500 coins. Now, at bare minimum, you're probably going to get 11 and a half for him. Your risk is probably 1,000 coins a card. He is a card that when the next match day rolls around, I would be looking at him if I were you, because if Lens win, he's going to get a +1 guaranteed. That card does not stay at 12.5k if it gets a +1 guaranteed. Moreover, if they qualify from the group, I genuinely think this card gets to 20-25k. I don't like making price predictions, but it's a very good left back at that point. You're getting up towards the 80s for most of his stats, and then the pace gets up to a point where you think, yeah, this card is really, really usable. And it also depends on the boost that EA give them. If they get a +1 on each stat, then cool, great. But as we've seen with Team of the Week this year, a +1 inform upgrade on some cards has been much, much higher and has been a much bigger boost in certain stats. So we never do know. So what does that mean for tonight? Well, if we look at the cards for tonight, we've got Bruno Fernandes and Saka to give us a reminder of where cards were, and Osimhen to a certain degree, okay? We've got those to give us a reminder of what happened to cards that lost. We've now got cards that we know have risen ever so slightly that have won. So your job tonight is to now look at those games, the players that are going to play tonight. So you've got the likes of Wifa, I think Openda plays tonight. I'm fairly certain that Leipzig play tonight. De Paul, actually, I should be able to see that from here. Let's just see it. So yeah, so basically Wifa and De Paul are in the same game, funnily enough. Leipzig play Man City. I mean, if Leipzig get a win there, I could see Openda rocket in because he's probably been held down in price because they're playing Man City. Anybody else, and they probably don't get held down in price as much as he is. Openda's a very, very good card that people love anyway. Haaland, obviously, don't touch him. Like, I just wouldn't touch him with Barcelona if I were you. And Kalulu. So all these cards have got the potential to rise tonight, and you want to keep an eye on them. Now, Weaver's the big one, because this card is meh, really, really meh, in terms of linking him up to other players. He is Eredivisie, not many people are running him, but he's 13.5k as an 84 rated. 85s and 86s will get close to that price. I mean, 85s probably get to give or take maybe 7 or 8k, so you're going to have some sort of cushion if they do get a +1. Not a massive cushion. 86s though, to get to 86, you're covered. This card's covered. So you can stick one of Machado, stick one of Weaver in your club after tonight if Weaver does well, and you're going to see profit guaranteed in the long term. I can guarantee that. So if I win tonight, get a Weaver into your club. Get a Machado into your club right now. There's no reason to not have him in your club. Your risk is basically like 1k, 1.5k. It's nothing really. But you need to check out the prices tonight and see what they do. And if Leipzig beat Man City, Openda will rise. That's as simple as it gets. There's no reason why he won't. There's a few people that I know that have put an Openda in their club in the hopes that Leipzig qualify. I wouldn't do that personally. That's a big, big risk at 225k. If they lose tonight, he probably drops. De Paul the same. And the thing with De Paul is, he caused Coquelin, he got dropped yesterday because Coquelin came out, but then he rebounded. I think he got to like 240 people were picking him up for, and then he rebounded, so you know there's a demand for him. So if we look at De Paul actually, just so we get an idea of the graph, I want to kind of try and show you guys graphs as much as I possibly can. But if you look at the hourlies, he got absolutely hammered. And again, understand that this stuff here sometimes is an anomaly, okay? This drop here is a massive anomaly. So you look at his price was 267 and he dropped, and I know people were picking him up at 240 on the snipes, and then he bounced back since then. So you know there was a demand for this card, and it's a very, very good card. This is a fantastic card for this stage of the game. Why it's got so expensive, that's why, basically. So really, when you're thinking about someone like De Paul, a win for Atletico Madrid today is massive. Like, it's a big, big win. You know he's probably going to get a +1 if they win tonight, because they can see them winning another game. Lose tonight, and again, he probably drops off in value. And then you could repeat the same feat when it comes to the Thursday European games with all these guys. Now, I don't know who plays when, but again, Dzeko, for example, at the moment is 22k up. Someone used him against me the other day, and he was unreal. But if this card suddenly gets to that sort of 79, 80 pace stat, you're getting towards the Lewandowski stage of the player not being too fast, but being an unbelievable finisher with 5-star weak foot. The Dzeko card, I think, could do quite well. And again, the problem you've got links to the Super League, but he still will probably rise if he gets to 89 or 90, because those cards are going to have that minimum rating for fodder anyway. It's just going to be that case. Pedro Goncalves, this card's terrible. There's no way of getting around it. This card is not a good card. No matter what you do to this card, it's not good. Even with the upgrades, it might be alright box to box, but it's not a good card at all. But people will link him up. But Sildilia, I think that's how you pronounce that, is the player that I would be looking at. He is French. He's a right back basically, but also can play centre back and play right mid. So that's massive. He's got 80 pace already. He's holding 20k. If they win tomorrow or day after, yeah, it will be tomorrow for you guys. If they win, he could be massive. He could rise in value quite nicely. If you think about his stats here and we compare him to someone like Upamecano, who isn't live, bear in mind. You have to bear that in mind. Upamecano's 15k, and the other card's still D. I don't know how to pronounce it. He is a live card, so he'll get up to Upamecano's stats, if not better. Realistically, with the opportunity to play in so many different positions, it wouldn't surprise me for him to get sort of 25, 30k with a win. And again, just bear in mind that they will then drop off after that. But trading with live cards is risky, but it can be incredibly rewarding. If you were working last night at Mertens, you would have made a huge amount of profit overall. the guy at 31k up to 40k is a massive rise in the space of an hour. You can make a lot of coins from them. It's risky, but it's rewarding. So bear that in mind. We were in a Discord call last night. Dan was calling out these sort of tips for everybody. If you want to get involved, join the Discord. If you subscribe to the website, you have access to the subscriber area with the voice chat there. We're all in that all the time, so you can make millions, all right? But if you're new around here, make sure you subscribe down below. Make sure notifications are turned on so you never miss an upload. But for now, I'm out. Peace out. I'll speak to you soon.